Hello everybody, welcome back to World of Warships Blitz, and again we are in another World of Warships Blitz game, filling in some of the gaps. So I recently did a tally and I have quite a large collection of ships videoed, but I have some gaps, particularly at the lower tiers. So I'm doing what I'd call my buy a ship, sell a ship, and Russian ships are on special, so I'm buying and selling Russian ships to fill in some gaps. So here's a video of the tier 4 Russian destroyer. Better get it right because I do get corrected. The Izyaslav. Now the Izyaslav, for those that are working their way up through the Russian destroyer lines, it does get better. Okay, the tier 2 destroyer feels like amazing because it's got all those torpedoes, but actually it's not amazing, guys. The tier 3 destroyer sort of starts to struggle because, well, it's actually not that good. And the tier 4 destroyer, well, it can readily upturn its guns, is a good way of putting it. So it's got powerful guns. They're not, its torpedoes, tubes take an age to turn around. It has good guns. It has shockingly short range torpedoes. It's relatively fast, but yeah, it's nothing special. So here I am trying to light fires because basically that's the life in the Izyaslav at tier 4, is lighting fires. Now with Podvoisky, things are different, but what I'm actually trying to do is my real target. This ship's specialty is shooting up other destroyers and getting shot at, as it turns out. But so here we have this German G101, which is a pretty effective torpedo boat. I'm not sure what he's doing out on the wings here, but anyway, so we put a couple torps in the water, get rammed by the ship, which in real life would have been the end of my game. Oh, this has got an extra set of torpedo tubes, and well, that was a lot easier than it should have been, to be fair. And now, oh, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, turn, and out. Right. Okay, for those of you that are at tier 4 destroyers for the first time, or tier 4 anything for the first time, and wondering about any tips and hints. One tip and hint is that you assume that any boat that's armed with torpedoes fired those torpedoes exactly in your path at the moment you shot them up. Okay, so basically if you shoot down any ship that has torpedoes, then you immediately can't forget about that ship, because I've done that so often. Oh, well, someone else got there first for that one. So that is probably one of my early tips. It will save you a lot. So basically perform evasive maneuvers as if the ship had fired torpedoes, even if you can't see the torpedoes, because chances are they are in the water. And I'll tell you what, there is nothing worse than getting that satisfactory feeling of satisfaction from sinking the enemy ship, only to be sunk yourself because you forgot about its torpedoes. Our team's getting nicely shot up here, which is a bit of a shame. And what I'm doing is trying to keep my distance, because basically there's an Aurora out there who's particularly effective, and also the battleships actually haven't been that bad. As you can see, I'm a destroyer at extreme range and these guys are still landing pretty good shots. So we're going to try and take down this Wyoming, and just luck and timing helped there. Okay, that Aurora is definitely something to avoid. So because I'll avoid the Aurora, we'll go for this. Ouch, he's really good. So put on the engine boost. So we'll go for this Wyoming. Now there's no way that I'm going to take down this Wyoming. So I'm going to have to seesaw backwards. Okay, he's just firing his secondaries. If that makes you feel better, that's all good. That Aurora, one of those ships, has extremely good range. So our team's managed to claw their way back up on top. All I need to do is slow this guy down. Well, actually, all I need to do is stop him from shooting at our team. Well, he's shooting at me. I'm our team. So he's slightly out of range there, but what I did is I put the cross here just so that it crossed in front and fired just as it crossed. Because he is moving towards us, and although he's out of range at the time that the shells left the barrel, he wasn't out of range at the time that the shells landed. Of course, that I'm much better off just being slightly closer. Well, actually, I don't like his accuracy, so maybe maybe I'm not slightly better off. Anyway, our St. Louis is out there, coming in to help, but I'm not sure if that's... Tactically, I'm not sure if that's the right thing to have done, because basically there's no way that I didn't need any help. Not in the terms that I had the situation under control by any stretch of the imagination. I didn't need any help because nothing he could do could really effectively help me. So, yeah, so all he's doing is bringing himself into the range of those guns, and that Aurora is really, well, okay then. Being stopped by the St. Louis is a bit inconvenient. And there you go. I don't remember specifically any games in the Izyaslav, but I can assure you that this ending is not an infrequent one. But the Podvoisky at tier 5 was just love at first sight. So don't be put off by the fact that the Izyaslav, all these tier 3 and tier 4 ships are on the way to somewhere. So the Izyaslav is not a high competition ship. Not that there are only competitions at tier 4. However, the next ship after it was a ship that I immediately fell in love with, which is a Podvoisky, which is one of the few tier 5s that I've kept. Anyway, so that is the Izyaslav, a gunboat, try and set fires, harass the enemy, and try and get the Podvoisky. So anyway, that wasn't too bad, as Izyaslav games go for me. So yeah, no opportunities to use torpedoes, but those guys really had the focus on my ship. So anytime I got close, I was in serious trouble. Anyway, I hope you found that useful and valuable for any adventures that you have in this ship. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.